So good afternoon, I'm Carl Garth and welcome to our holiday edition of the Champion Chat with Councillor Alison Champion. Good afternoon, Alison. How are you today?
Oh, Carl, I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking. Happy to be here, and it's really nice to be warm.
Absolutely. And I'm loving the Santa hat, into the festive spirit already.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. We're in December now, and that's when it starts, not November, just to be clear.
Exactly. Yes, yes, time to put those lights up for all those who haven't.
Yep.
So firstly, Alison, before we get started, look, let me congratulate you on your re-election as councillor for Sherborne Ward.
Lovely.
Uh,
Thank you.
Can you give us a little bit of insight about the election outcomes in Banyule City and any changes of interest for residents?
Um, yeah, I can give a bit of insight. There are 6 re-elected councillors in Banyule, and the 3 new councillors were elected from vacant wards. In other words, the previous councillor of each of those wards, Horden, Olympia and Ibbett, did not run again.
Okay.
So they were vacant. So usually a vacant ward encourages many people to put their hand up and nominate. So we've had 3 new councillors, and the 6 incumbents have been returned. 6 have been returned, varying degrees of variation in votes, if you like. So Councillor Rick, for example, he achieved 80%, approximately 80% of the vote. So it was clear after the first week that he was re-elected. For someone like myself, it wasn't clear. And I think out of all the councillors, there were 5 running in Sherborne Ward. The difference between the winning vote, mine, and the number of second votes was 234.
Right.
Yeah. And then Beale Ward, Councillor Elizabeth Neely was brought back what's the word I'm after? No one had to vote in Beale. No one had to vote in Beale, so it was uncontested. So Councillor Liz, who is our mayor this year, was re-elected just on lack of competition. Yeah.
So Alison, knowing that councillors tend to get behind various projects and that, with the 3 councillors that decided not to run again, is there any impact on the list of projects for the coming year or 2?
Not at this stage. We haven't had an opportunity to go through the budget. So as I've said before, our holiday reading is the Capital Works folder. There are obviously projects already in the budget across various years, so that will be presented to all of us, and we look at that and we work out what, all the things that stay and what might be able to move. At this point, don't see it being that much different from the budget that's just been passed. Having said that, though, towards the end of last term in Sherborne and also Beale, there are residents who've connected with Councillor Liz, the mayor, and me, requesting that their roads be sealed. Yes. So we do have some unsealed roads, especially in the northern end of Banyule, northern and northeastern end of Banyule. And there are residents who really do want the roads sealed. And there have been many conversations in the last couple of years and beyond, but they've really become more intensive in the last couple of years. And so Councillor Liz and I are on a bit of a mission to put those projects into action this term. And have preferable. Well, we'd love to see them sealed by the 4 years, but it comes back to, again, the budget. It comes back to what is actually done in those streets, and whether our officers are able to acquire funding from state and federal levels. Yeah. So there are a few things in play, and they are the conversations that Councillor Liz, the mayor, and I will be having. So that's something that will be added in.
You just remind me, I do need to send a photo to my local councillor, Councillor Rick. We had a road just recently sealed about 4 months ago, and it's already breaking up.
Okay. Is that from the rain? You had some heavy downpours?
Partially. I'm not 100% certain that the job was done very well.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
might be
Right
something to
away.
take
Yeah,
up.
right away.
Exactly.
And look, if there's anybody else in the street who thinks that as well or finds that as well, get them to write in too.
Mm, mm,
Yeah. So that's I can only really speak from my ward.
mm.
And there are some traffic management issues that have come up during the caretaker period and just prior to the caretaker period. So I'm taking those on board and going, right, let's let me know what you think now, okay, and then I'll put that in the pipeline, and then the idea is that I'm re-elected. So as I'm hopefully re-elected, we can then go forward and I know exactly what you're talking about. So we're just continuing the conversation and working on providing solutions or finding some solutions. But as far as, major capital works projects, they're already in the budget. The next one to be completed is Councillor Liz's in Beale Ward is the pavilion. Anthony Beale Pavilion. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's being worked on.
So, what do you see now? Obviously, you've already got some initiatives in the budget that you've been championing, pardon the pun. But what do you see as probably the one thing in particular in your next 4 years as the most important thing for you or that you would like to see achieved?
It really is the unsealed roads.
Okay. We
That
have
has
seen
been,
quite a lot of feedback on that on the Facebook channel.
it really is the unsealed roads. That has been ongoing in the 8 years I've been on council and beyond. Yeah, it's just been ongoing. And you know what? I'm a bit sick of the conversations, quite frankly. There are a couple of conversations I'm just really sick of. They've either been going on in the community for long enough, or I've had this conversation with us. I remember it was 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and nothing has changed. I'm done now. We're now finding a solution. Let's find solutions. Let's go. Let's really get something in the pipeline at the bare minimum to make sure that there's a solution there. If not, it's a project that's actually completed within the 4 years.
So Alison's in the just get her done mode.
I'm just get it done. Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, look, Alison, as we said before, it is the holiday period. And as always in Banyule, there is something for all the family, whether it's live music, the arts, community events, etc. Would you like to take us through some of the upcoming events or festivals in the area that we can look forward to?
We can do that. We have our usual Christmas carols. The Banyule Council Christmas carols are on Saturday, the 14th of December at Greensborough War Memorial Park, same as they've been the last couple of years. So you'll see some signage around. You'll also see that on our Facebook page as well as our website. So again, we have a host of entertainers, including the Australian Children's Choir. They join us every year, which we love. And obviously Santa will be there. Santa comes every year.
You're going to give him his hat back?
I can give him, well, yeah, I could. So there's that. And what will happen also, like the last couple of years, we have food trucks. Okay. So there'll be food trucks at, one end of the park. So if you don't want to bring a picnic, you can bring a picnic, set yourself up. Some people come with all their camp chairs and their rugs, and they bring a picnic. Or if you want, you can go and buy food from the food trucks, and just enjoy. And it's in the afternoon. It sort of starts around that 3. You can come along for 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You can start setting up. Most of the activities don't really start happening till about 5. And then, the entertainment, a lot of the stage entertainment starts around the 7 o'clock mark. So, and if you're going to be driving, it's worth getting there a bit earlier.
Yep.
Because the car parking around the streets does fill up. So just an apology in advance to Greensborough residents around Greensborough War Memorial Park. There are going to be lots of people in the street on the 14th of December. But you can always catch a train and you can always catch a bus.
And
as well.
what time did you think? What time is it scheduled to finish?
It's around sort of 9:30-ish kind of
Okay,
thing.
so a reasonably good
And
afternoon, evening activity for the family.
very much so. Yeah. Yep. It's something that, I know people put it in their calendar every year. They put it in their diary and they go, we're going there. We're doing that. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else? Any
There
other
are
ones you'd like?
things. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. So along with that, now we also have the boulevard lights. As
Right.
usual, the community in Ivanhoe along the boulevard, they are setting up their lights. So that changes every year depending on which resident wants to create their light show. But it's changed over the few years, but there are still residents there who put on a beautiful show. So we do have that available as well.
Yeah.
Through December. And hot off the press.
Yes.
We have our Christmas Day lunch.
Okay.
And that has been going for about 2 or 3 years now.
Yes. Last year they had one at the Watsoni Neighbourhood House and one at Bellfield Community
Bellfield.
Hub.
So
would you like to give us a few details on the ones for this year, please?
I can do that. So the Christmas Day lunch at the Bellfield Community Hub, this is the one that's hot off the press. That is being provided to people by Exodus and Bansick in partnership with Banyule Council. And essentially it's the same thing. If you're alone on Christmas Day and you'd rather not be alone on Christmas Day, just come and join us for a free festive lunch and some cheerful company.
And do people need to book for that?
Yes, please. So it'll be on December the 25th from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Bookings are essential.
And is that via Eventbrite or?
No, you can so if you want to book a spot, you can either contact Shop 48 and we'll give you the phone number online when we're done, or you can book in person. You can walk into the Harmony Centre at 48 The Mall in Heidelberg West.
Okay.
There are transport options available as well. So if you need assistance, you can't walk or you can't drive, or you can't get someone to take you, you let us know when you're booking as well, because there are different transport options.
And understanding, I believe that's a free lunch.
Yeah, so that's free for the community.
Yes.
Exodus and Bansick joined together with Banyule Council. So there's funding that's been provided by Council for Exodus and Bansick to put this on.
Okay. So if people in the community would like to be involved in some way, either through donating or maybe even volunteering their time to help, are they able to do that for?
They can certainly get in touch, same contact details, same phone numbers, and just offer their assistance.
Fantastic, because I think it's a great thing for the Christmas spirit, holiday spirit.
So, it is. It's fun. It's a fun lunch. It's beautiful. I personally, while I love the idea, I personally have not attended this or participated in this, but I know some of my fellow councillors have, and they say it's just a really special event.
Yep. Okay. Are there any other major activities that you're aware of that you want to share?
Major activities, no. Anything else is on our Banyule website. Actually, no, you know what's on? Go and look at from weekend just gone. Go to Ivanhoe Library Cultural Hub, so ILCH in Ivanhoe. And as many people know, we actually have art galleries there. And it is possible to go and see the Christmas Lego.
Okay.
Christmas Legos on display, so go and have a look at that.
I also believe in early in the new year we're doing the movies in the park again.
Yeah, so that the next date that I can see is the 1st of February. Yeah, so 1st of February is Bueller's Day Off. What is it? Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Bueller's Day Off. Yes.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's the later one. That's like the slightly later, the 8:30 movie. And the one beforehand, I've seen before, and I think it's Rio 2. But you know what? You can correct me if I'm wrong. But there's one at 6:30.
To be honest, I haven't looked yet. So
but there are two on that night.
Well, I'll trust you on that one.
So that's on the
Yeah,
website.
yes, and we'll have the links for that below so people can see what's on and where.
Mm.
So Alison, what about yourself? What are your plans for this holiday period?
Christmas is at my house, my turn. Um, so I have to clean it, don't I? Oh dear. So I will be having most of the family over for Christmas.
Mhm.
Mum makes she calls it a frozen Christmas pudding. So she makes that, and she has made that every year my whole life, pretty much. So she just
A
does that.
frozen Christmas pudding.
It's ice cream with dried fruit in it.
Oh, okay.
It's very good. Ice cream with dried fruit, and she makes a brandy cream to go with it as well. So absolutely no calories at all.
But
Uh,
with enough brandy, I'm sure you're gonna have a jolly good time.
yeah, we'll have a jolly good time. So there's that, and we'll have other dishes. Actually, Cricky and I sat down last weekend and went, okay, mate, we're doing Christmas. What are we going to do? So we actually nutted out some things, and we worked out he's going to be cooking,
Yes.
and I'm going to be making salads.
So are we doing the more of the traditional Australian with sort of cold cuts and salads, or are we doing a little bit of
He wants to do a barbecue.
traditional?
He's going
Sorry?
to do like barbecue stuff.
Okay, so
Yeah,
definitely an Aussie flavour.
yeah, a bit of an Aussie flavour. So he's sort of said, "Oh, look, what sort of meat do we want?" And I've just said lamb.
Well, if there's no roast, that mean we're doing the Australian. Does that mean the trifle is the main dessert?
No, it's actually Mum's frozen Christmas
Mum's
pudding.
frozen Christmas pudding. Okay.
That features every single year without fail.
Uh,
Mum's frozen Christmas pudding. So there's that. My sister and her husband are going to bring an antipasto. But there'll be, salads and meats and dessert, and I went through the bubbly. I've got about 3 bottles of bubbly that have been given to me. Great. Set.
that'll do it. Absolutely.
That'll do it. Yeah. So that's what we did last weekend. Crookie and I worked that out last weekend. He's written it down on December the 1st in my diary. I've gone,
Yep.
yeah, right, we'll be fine. Yep, we're good.
Okay. I always find it interesting when you talk to people and the traditions that get passed down with Christmas. Like
Yeah.
people who have the traditional Christmas pudding and Nana or some infants, or somehow they've managed to keep the old coins, and you
Yeah.
know, there's the children biting into it, and oh, geez, I think I
Oh,
broke a tooth.
broke a tooth. Yeah. Yeah. What about yourself, Carl? What are you up to?
Very, very quiet Christmas this year. My wife's mother's coming in from Canada, so we'll be doing the traditional Canadian Christmas, which means they get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to put the turkey on because the turkey takes quite a while.
A lot of
We have
hours.
a very small breakfast, and then from about 2 o'clock through to maybe 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, all we do is eat.
Yeah. So the turkey should be cooked by then too, shouldn't it?
The turkey will be well and truly cooked.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yes, we'll have that, and maybe so we're doing a very traditional one.
Yeah. Tip for the turkey: make sure it's defrosted before you put it in the oven.
I think I forgot to mention 2 Canadians, one my wife, one her mother. They've done more turkeys than we've probably had hot dinners.
Okay. Leave it with them.
They know, they know. Don't worry. Um, so yeah, I'm sort of hoping it won't be a 40-degree day because I don't think there'd be any worse than turkey on a 40-degree day.
No, hopefully not. Fingers crossed.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, you
But,
can have it, but you'd not have cooked it the day before, so it's cold.
yeah, exactly. But
Mm.
other than that, very quiet Christmas. We'll do a few day trips. We
Yeah.
really want to get my mother-in-law into the coffee and cafe culture of Melbourne.
Yes. Oh, lots of that. You could do that every day. Easy.
Exactly. And
Done.
you don't have to go far.
Yeah, that's right. Down the road. It's easy.
Down
Yeah.
the road into the centre of town. No need to take this. We'll go down the peninsula stuff, or we'll go the Great Ocean Road.
No. Although you might want to do that, Carl.
Well, they've already been and done that.
Okay, great. You don't have to go anywhere then.
That's right. We just want to chill.
Awesome. I have one last thing that I want to let people know about. Also, kind of hot off the press.
Is that your New Year's resolution?
No, we don't. No, I don't do those. No. The Banyule calendar, which is a favourite. And I know that because so many people comment to me and say, oh, I love your Banyule calendar. Where's my Banyule calendar? I haven't got it yet. That's sometimes comes up. So the Banyule calendar is out. It's available. If you want a hard copy, please contact our customer service office, customer service desk, 94904222. They can send one to you. So this is photographs that are taken by some of our residents who are actually part of the photographic clubs, Banyule's photographic clubs.
If I remember rightly with those, with that calendar, it actually has a list of activities and events throughout the year.
It does. Yeah, it does. And also when immunisation is, school calendar as well. So when schools start and schools finish, essentially, each term, holidays, and the other really important things that are in this calendar, apart from the dates and the events, if you go to the back of the calendar, you're actually reminded how to divide your waste up. This is my favourite bit because I forget. So it's how to divide up your waste, what is taken in what bin, and if we can't use our bins, what we can take to the waste centre in Banksia Street.
Okay, excellent.
So that's available now. Feel free to let us know that you'd like a copy. It's beautiful.
I shall indeed. All right. Well, Alison, look, I'd like to take a moment before we close this podcast and say thank you for all your work on the Champion Chat this year and being that conduit to the community from council. I think you would agree we've had some great podcasts and great guests on this year.
We have had some fantastic themes, ideas, and I would really, really like to thank all who have contributed to the Champion Chat podcast in 2024. Your expertise and your passions and your interest have really contributed significantly, not only to the podcast, but also to the understanding of our community, our extensive community, what's important for you, and also the ideas. Some of the ideas were not Carl's and mine. They were actually yours. And we really, really appreciate your contribution. So again, moving into 2025, we would love to hear from you. If you have any ideas of something you would like to cover, discuss, share, please feel free to get in touch with myself. You can always get in touch with me. If you have my personal details, you can do that. You can, PM? You can PM me, or you can get in touch with Carl. Just Google him. Got details. But the other thing too, I was in conversations. There are times when I'm in conversations with residents and I actually think, oh, this might be a really good podcast. I don't think we've done this topic. And one of the topics that's sprung up for me is our arts and culture stream. Yeah, a lot of our residents are artistic. And I was actually speaking with one of our very artistic and invested residents during the election campaign, and I just thought it'd be great to have her on the show, but also some of our other artists. And I know some have contributed this year, and thank you very much, but I'm also thinking of another theme as well in the arts and culture space. Yeah. So please, if you have any ideas, feel free to let us know.
And look, adding on to that, it does actually make a difference. After we did the Scout one, I ran into one of the Scout leaders at Bunnings. I think it was Grant, who we had on, and he said they'd actually experienced a little bit of an uptick in inquiries.
Excellent.
So, whilst people may think this is just a local podcast, it is having an impact, which is good.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. We're adding value, Carl.
Exactly. So on that note, Alison, I'd love to wish you a Merry Christmas and everybody who's listening to the Champion Chat podcast, a safe and happy holiday period. If anyone out there is looking to find out more on the Christmas lunch or what's on in Banyule, as we talked about, the copy below will have links to the blog on Alison's website, to the Banyule City Council website, and also to some specific events. So you can find out what's going on. Look forward to having everyone for the Champion Chat in 2024. Alison, would you like to say anything?
I would love to. Thank you, everybody who's contributed. I wish you all a very, very safe Christmas, holiday season, however you celebrate. Enjoy special times with each other, and we look forward to seeing you again on the other side of the camera in 2025.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Alison.
Thank you, Carl. Bye-bye.